This is your video for real exchange rates. So we've been talking about exchange rates, which is the price that it takes for one currency to purchase up another. But we also have a real versus nominal effect. Remember, real is adjusted for inflation. Nominal minus inflation is real. So we also have to do that with exchange rates. Here I have an example of the real interest rate in Mexican pesos per $1. I am saying here that it takes 10 Mexican pesos to purchase up each US dollar. You multiply that by the ratio of CPI of the United States over the CPI of Mexico, and we get still 10 pesos per US dollar. In this example, prices in both Mexico and the US are the same. But let's say that the Mexican peso depreciates against the US dollar. It now takes 15 pesos to purchase up each US dollar. Let's also assume prices go up 50% in Mexico. So now we have 15 times a CPI of 100 over a CPI of 150, or we're back at the same ratio, 10 pesos to purchase up $1. The real exchange rate stayed the same in this case, even though the nominal value of the peso depreciated. And that was because the prices of the things in Mexico also changed. So we're changing not only the exchange rate, but also the prices. This is sometimes referred to as purchasing power parity. I'm going to have you go ahead and try Active Learning 7 on your Active Learning sheet. It wants you to assume that the government once had a budget that was balanced, and now they're going to run a surplus. You need to determine which graphs should be used, shift them properly and label them, and answer these three questions. All right, answers. If the government is now going to run a budget surplus, that means they're going to have extra money. They're likely to put that money into the bank to try to earn them some interest on it, or at minimum, they are going to reduce their borrowing. So your first graph should be either a money market graph or a loanable funds graph. Either of them would work. Here I've used the loanable funds graph. So a budget surplus means that there's going to be either a decrease in the demand for borrowing, which is what I did here, or you can increase the supply of saved money, which is where the supply of loanable funds comes from. Either of those things is going to reduce our real interest rate down to R2. Now, if interest rates go down, we know that leads to capital outflow. If money from the US banking system is going to be leaving the United States, then that means those people are also going to have to dump the US dollar and purchase up some other foreign currency. So as money leaves the United States, that means the US dollar is going to depreciate. That means the dollar is going to be less in demand. So here is a demand shift to the left. You could have also shifted supply to the right with an increase of supply. Both of these things make the US dollar depreciate or go down. That will also make US net exports increase. I'm now going to have you go ahead and try Active Learning number 8. In this situation, they're saying that the government is going to give out tax incentives to encourage investment spending. Again, pick your graphs, shift them, and answer these 4 questions below. All right, answers. If the government is going to encourage investment spending, that means businesses are going to start spending more money. And in order to do that, they are either going to borrow more money, which increases our demand for loanable funds to the right, or the supply of money in savings in the bank would go down, so you could also shift supply to the left here on this loanable funds graph. You could have also used a money market graph and increased that demand as well. Now, this is going to make the interest rate rise. And if the interest rate goes up, then we know that that leads to capital inflow. So foreign money is going to come into our banking system, increasing the demand for the dollar or reducing the supply. Either of those things make the US dollar increase in exchange rate, making US dollar more expensive and reducing net exports.